What's up, listeners?
You're listening to CuboldCast,
a podcast focused on co-op and multiplayer gaming experiences. Our hosts are Caleb, myself, JJ,
What's up?
and Chug.
This is our first episode in our launch series. Is this game worth revisiting?
In this episode, we will be talking about the controversies surrounding Sea of Thieves, the much anticipated pirate game that was released in 2018.
All right, well, let's get into it.
The first thing we want to talk about today were our first impressions when the game first came out. I know when I first started playing, it was fun for a little bit, but then after a while it started to get very repetitive.
Well, yeah, when I jumped in the game, obviously the first thing you see is the graphics. Rare Games, they were the developers behind Banjo and Kazooie. I used to play that game all the time. They always had a unique art style, always. So when you jump in the game, the first thing you see is like these amazing, fun-looking graphics, and it just it for me it excited me like crazy. I was so excited to get in and just start doing stuff.
I thought the characters were pretty ugly though.
Yeah, the characters are hideous,
especially some of the NPCs at the shops.
Oh yeah, I purposely made my character hideous. But you know what? You know what's weird about the NPCs at the shops? Their voices don't match their faces.
Exactly. Especially last night when we played.
Yes.
Some of those NPCs at that area were so weird.
Yeah, that was really strange.
Like these adults will have these little kid voices.
Yeah, no, it's super weird. But yeah, so when I jumped in the game, first thing I noticed is just the graphics.
Well, I mean, speaking of graphics, when I first played the game, I actually saw the graphics before the game came out, like in the trailers and screenshots of the game.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought they looked good in the trailers and all the screenshots, but once you actually get in the game and see them for yourself on your own PC, it just like blows your mind.
I know. And okay, what about the water?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, the water is crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
My favorite thing is when the sun is setting in the blue water area.
Yes.
You look over the waves and you see the sun reflecting off of the ocean.
Also,
that's the best.
The physics of the water too.
Yeah.
Just the waves in general.
And it never gets old.
It doesn't.
It's almost like every time I get on, I always have a time where I'm just looking at the water.
Yeah, like that's mandatory. You have to have a water watching
No,
time.
you need to have a musical instrument.
Yes, the music.
Playing the musical instrument while on the front section of your boat, just staring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you fall off sometimes.
Although the green waters, I don't like that area.
It's still cool though.
It's all right, but it's just like you get so excited to get. I get excited to get out of that area because I know that I'll be in the blue water section again.
Yeah.
And if I'm in that area, I'll purposely try to get out of it before starting any quests.
Yeah.
I'm glad they included that area though.
Yeah, I mean,
because
it's different.
If they didn't have the variety, then people would be complaining that it's just one area.
Yeah.
There's already enough complaints about it.
If you think about it, there's only like 4 areas in the entire game.
Which ones?
There's the Ancient Isles. There's I don't know all the names of them, but there's literally only 4 areas of the game that changes the color of the water.
Yeah. Well,
So there's the light blue. There's the dark green. There's the blackish water.
That's with the volcanoes, right?
Where the volcanoes
Oh,
are.
okay.
And then there's the bright, like the beautiful water that we like no, it was like dark bluish.
yeah.
There is a bright blue one.
The bright, yeah. I like the bright blue one.
Yeah.
The waves aren't strong there though, because it's more of like a calmer area.
Yeah. I almost feel like they added some. It's almost like they beefed up the graphical elements in when it's night now. I don't know why, but
the stars.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's almost like when I jumped in a couple weeks ago, I realized that the night mode actually looked really nice. When the moon was coming up, you saw the moon rays, and it just looked really good.
They also added the aurora borealis kind of lights,
yeah.
the northern lights.
That.
They have them
That's
on
cool.
every night. If you ever looked in the sky,
When did they add that?
A while ago. I don't know,
Huh.
Yeah.
but it's always been in there.
But still, when the game first released, the graphics were still really good. Even though they didn't have as good of graphics at night and stuff like that, the daytime graphics were the best.
Yeah, I think it's I would say that's the best looking water in any game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
I'd
for
say so, too.
sure. And that's definitely one thing. That's definitely probably one of the biggest things I've noticed when my first impressions of the game. Now, when you get into things and you start getting quests, I was really excited, especially because I was playing with you guys. and I was really pumped to start, going on a voyage and just being a pirate.
Collecting treasure.
Yeah, collecting treasure. And then, so I'd say like first impressions, I was so pumped. I was so excited.
The first time you weigh anchor, it feels so good because you don't know what kind of adventures you're going to be having.
Yeah, and it's like, you try to like gauge it. Like someone's like, all right, like when do we drop the anchor? And it's like you always mess up the first time and you hit the island.
Yeah, it's inevitable. You're going to crash into the island.
Yeah.
Well, even now, we still hit the island.
Yeah,
we still don't really know
Those are
what
shallow
we're doing
areas,
that much.
though.
No, it's just on any island. Sometimes we don't know where the
Yeah.
shallow areas
Yeah, you
on
don't
the
know
islands
when.
are, so we just kind of just run into them.
Yeah.
We've had some narrow misses, though.
Yeah.
When we were going to that one fort and we were coming straight at it,
Yes.
we did the anchor turn and then we turned around.
That was really close.
Literally 1 second more, and then we would have hit it.
Yeah. But I'd say my first voyage, I don't really remember exactly where it was or, what it was. I mean, all of them are kind of the same for the most part, but it was really exciting. I remember exploring the island, looking at the map, trying to find the treasure. It was fun. It was something, it was different, and I was really excited for it.
The riddle quests were really fun, too.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yeah. We've been doing other things.
Yeah,
'cause
we
they have
haven't
more
done
ways
it.
to make
We
money.
haven't done a gold
Those
hoarder
were fun.
voyage.
Yeah,
in a
those were
while.
fun. I like those.
What about the Merchant Alliance? Did you guys like those?
No.
No, I never did.
I hated those.
I don't even think I ever bought one. I don't think I ever did one.
I have, but it was stupid because you have to go collect chickens or something.
The animals, or you have to deliver a certain cargo to a certain island at a certain time.
Yeah, how was the
it's
reward for
stupid.
that?
It was the same as the gold hoarders.
It wasn't.
The only reason they had it in the game was to make you get to legend level.
Oh, okay, I see.
So it's just one more thing they added to grind.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the Order of Souls ones though.
Yeah, I was about to say, I forgot what that one was called, but yeah, that's fun too.
Yeah, I mean the combat's not the best, so it kind of gets annoying after a while. But it is fun for a little bit, killing the boss skeletons or getting the bounty skulls.
Well, when I first fought a skeleton, at first I thought it was cool, but it almost wore off close to immediately.
It's very repetitive.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, there's so much that you can do with combat in a game like this that it kind of makes sense that they went that way, where it was so basic, but it got really old. I just resorted. I always do this. I always resort to just swinging my sword. I don't block. Maybe if I'm playing against other players, but as for the skeletons, I just swing.
Well, even playing against other players, you never really ended up swinging, like blocking. You just pretty much just. I just spam it, honestly.
Yeah.
Some people last night were doing that. They're actually blocking and they're doing that one long
I got killed by
attack.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got killed by that.
But then again, there was 4 against 3. So
Yeah.
Plus, that was in the arena, though. That's where everybody fights.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they were able to overwhelm us by doing more powerful attacks.
True.
Yeah.
I did end up killing 3 of them though
Oh, nice.
when they all went in the ship.
I got on one of their ships and I killed them multiple times. I just kept swinging my sword and like running around.
Now they didn't have Arena when it first came out, and we hadn't played it until recently, which is a year after the game came out.
2 years.
It's been 2 years?
Yeah, it came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not quite 2 years yet.
Almost. It
It
was
was
March?
around there.
No,
yeah.
April.
Oh, really?
Was it April?
I think so.
Huh. Wait, what else did they have at the very beginning?
Adventure.
That was it.
That was the only thing?
They didn't have much.
They only had a sloop and they had a galleon. I don't think they had a brig.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
And think about the cosmetics that they had at the time. They didn't really have much.
They didn't.
After the events and all that stuff they started adding, then with the events came the cosmetics, more cosmetics too.
They had a lot of plain sails and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the thing was when you first got in the game, this is something I realized almost right away was you didn't get a lot of gold. You didn't get hardly any gold. And the cosmetics cost a lot.
Yeah, they were really expensive for what they gave you, especially since they were mostly single color sails and stuff like that. They didn't have any really major variety with it.
No, they didn't.
What about I know they have the Kraken set. Did they have that when it came out?
No. The Kraken set and the Ocean Crawler set, they came out with They came out when the Devil's Roar update came out. When the volcano islands were added.
Oh, okay.
So that was like maybe a year after.
I mean, now that I think about it, when the game first came out, it was really basic.
Yeah.
It didn't have much.
It was bland.
And yeah, that's where the controversy came from.
I didn't buy it. I still I don't own it today.
I don't either.
I use the Game Pass, the Xbox Game Pass.
I mean, it was $1 for 3 months, so that's a good deal.
I got it when it was on sale for $30, but
You know, I don't even know if I'd spend $30 on it.
I wouldn't either. I
Well,
mean, 20? Definitely.
Okay. How much was it when it first came out, though?
$60.
Yeah. It was not
And
worth
it wasn't the anniversary edition, which they have now.
It wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, if I had paid 60 for it back then, I would have been so disappointed.
Yeah.
I would have been mad, actually.
You know, the graphics and everything, when you first get in the game, you're super excited. And the instruments, the way that you can play them, like I'll play one and then someone else will play one, and it'll link together. Or,
yeah.
You know, and that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you can't, I don't know if any other game really has that kind of connection you can make with your friends.
But there were only 3 instruments in the game.
Yeah, now they have
at the
more.
time. They only added 2.
5. There's
They
5
only
now.
added 2. There's 5 now. So
Yeah.
they added the drum and the banjo, which they're adding the violin soon.
Oh, cool.
That'll be cool.
So
Yeah, that'll be cool.
yeah, the instruments are cool and the graphics are really good. Like they're amazing. But after the first initial impressions of the game wore off, what was your impressions about the game after a certain amount of hours?
I'd say after 15 hours,
Yeah.
I stopped playing. I think I stopped playing for a year. So
Are you sure it was 15?
It was
I
about
feel like
15.
I feel like it was more.
You played more. You played with Sam a lot.
Yeah, I did.
But Caleb and I, we stopped playing after about 15 hours.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So there was nothing keeping me going. After the first voyage, after your first ship battle, and we didn't even get the Kraken until we got back to it like a year later.
Yeah,
Me
that
and
was
JJ.
disappointing
No,
because
the reason that was happening, the Kraken wasn't coming to us all the time, was because most of the time they only went for galleons.
but they changed that now, right?
They changed it a lot more, so it's a lot easier to actually get the sea creatures now.
Yeah,
But that was disappointing though, because that was one of the biggest things we were looking
we were
forward to.
hoping to get attacked by the Kraken.
We wanted to get destroyed,
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
but it was really sad when it never came out after us.
yeah. But think about it. There was nothing. I mean, if you go aside from what the game is now, we go back to the base to how it was when it first came out, how basic it was. What was keeping? What would have kept us?
If they added more quests besides the first 3 Order of Souls, Merchant Alliance, and Gold Hoarder ones, those are fun. They got old very fast.
Yeah.
So if they added more long quests, like almost story quests, or something that would take you across the whole world and you had to search for.
But they released it as a full game, at
Yeah.
full game price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they released the game then, what it is now,
I would buy it.
people would love it.
I would buy it. I would have.
There's so many more people playing it.
I know.
And then it would have a bigger fan base than it does now.
I know.
But now, it's not like they even added a lot. They just added enough to make it good.
No, they added a lot.
They actually didn't, though.
They added a lot over time. So they added small parts here and here and here and here and here every update.
Yeah, but it wasn't a major amount of content they added. They just added enough to keep it fun.
Well, maybe they added a lot right now, but after they realized that the game didn't have enough, then they added enough with
Yeah.
a couple updates, and now they're doing monthly updates.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're actually listening to the players
you know
now.
what? I just watched a video on a developer update from Sea of Thieves. Every month they put out a video of developer update, and they talk directly to the fans, and they address the crossplay servers. They address the numbers so that people that did want to crossplay, those type of servers that they're in, they have a set amount of people that are in a server. So it's not like people that want to crossplay, they're not in a server that has a lesser amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
But they're keeping it. They're being transparent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is good.
Do you guys think that when the new Xbox Series X comes out this year, that there's going to be more people playing Sea of Thieves?
I don't know, actually. I mean,
I'm not sure.
they're probably going to release a couple big games for both PC and Xbox because they're going to make a lot of cross-compatible stuff for that new system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people will go back to the old games for that.
Huh.
Yeah. I know when PS4 came out, people went to the new games that came out with the system, and they didn't have crossplay, but they wanted the new ones. Yeah, and that's what was being talked about.
I would say the people that play it now, if they get the new Xbox, they're gonna play it on there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's gonna bring any new people in.
True. Probably not. And they aren't doing a lot of marketing efforts either.
Yeah,
like I haven't really seen any advertisements about any of the new updates.
Well, I mean, the game's like. Well, they do put out videos. They put out trailers for when there's a big update coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they did some sort of marketing somewhere, put ads on YouTube or something, I'm sure that would bring in other people.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're not trying to market it as well.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're just trying to keep the base fans happy, which is good.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
I'm glad they didn't abandon it, though.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Mm-hmm. Some games we played, like, remember Hurt World?
Yeah.
That was pretty decent when we played it, but it was completely abandoned.
And you know what?
It wasn't abandoned.
What?
It what?
It wasn't.
It was for a while.
It was. They might have come back.
No, they did come back. But it was for a while because they just released it.
They released version 1.0 in the last few months.
That was 2 years ago we played that.
Wow.
And they just now released the full version.
And it was a few years old when we got it, right?
Yeah. No.
Or was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
It was like a year, maybe, at most.
Yeah.
You know what? It actually did have a big community at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happened and the developers just ditched it.
I wonder if Sea of Thieves should have done that, though, with the early access.
Early access?
Yeah, if they had put it in early access for like a year, it wouldn't have got the disappointing feel from it because people bought a full finished game for $60. If they had released it like it when it first released, said it was in early access, and maybe released it a year later, it would have gotten a lot better reception.
Actually, yeah, you're probably right.
Because the biggest issue was it was a full game at that point.
Yeah. True. Well, what do you guys think about ways that, like, improving on some things in the game now? How do you think they could make anything better right now?
Well, anything better?
Just anything in the game in general.
We were talking about this the other day. What about underwater areas?
Yeah. They already have a few caves.
Yeah.
There's nothing in them, though.
How about, like, every island has its own under cavern type place where you can explore and find...
Although it wouldn't be as cool.
Not every island.
Yeah.
It would kind of get annoying if every island had a secret place.
Right, because then you want to check it.
Yeah, maybe a select few islands have it. Or you even just kind of add it secretly and add some sort of mystery that the players can solve.
Yeah.
Or they could do puzzles on every island instead of just being like, oh, there's a cave you can go under the island. Imagine if they added a puzzle for every single island and you can complete it, and you get in the commendation system, you have completed this island's puzzle, and you get like a treasure at the end of it.
That'd be cool.
It'd be kind of like the achievement hunters part of the game,
and that's something they can do.
Yeah,
I mean, you've seen what they added the Megalodons.
Yeah,
they can do a lot. They're obviously capable of adding, almost whatever they want to the game.
Yeah.
Although I hate what they've done with the current story, or could you even call it story? Kind of quest systems.
I don't know.
To get the most from it, you have to do the same one multiple times.
Yeah. Each one you have to actually complete 5 times.
5 times.
To get all the rewards from it.
That would take forever. And it would get boring after the second time.
We did the first 3 and it took so long.
Why'd they do that?
I don't know. It's just the way they did it, I guess.
I mean, I never even got into that.
I didn't
even
either.
know they had I didn't even know they had a story type thing.
It was really weird, though.
It's not even fully fledged out. You just talk to an NPC, right? It gives you a quest and you go do it.
Actually, the first one was the only one that we liked. Because
Which was that?
It was called like the Shroud Breaker. Basically, you go to this island, you swim under the island, and there's like the secret cave. You go in and there's like this idol and you steal it. And then you go and take it to this one island and there's this huge boss arena you go in.
Hey, could other players steal the idol?
Yeah. If they attack your boat.
Yeah.
And then you go to the island, you turn in the Shroud Breaker, and then there's like a skeleton captain you have to defeat. and you get the skull, which is worth like 10K or something.
That was the whole thing.
That was the whole thing.
Wait, 10K. What about the new update? What was those chests? Was it Reaper chests?
Mm-hmm.
Those were worth
25K each. No, the Reaper bounties. Was that what they were called?
That's
25,000 each.
Yeah.
That's a lot. We turned in 2 of those at one time and got 50,000 gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I never got into the stories.
Yeah.
Well, one thing with the stories is, if you actually did them 5 times, the first one, if you did the Shroudbreaker one 5 times, you'd get 50K gold from all the skulls you sold from the boss. And then if you complete it once, you get like a clothing item. If you complete it twice, you get a ship customization item. So those are worth like 70K to like 150, 200K, how much you want to spend on it.
Wait, they give you
That's not bad.
a new one or one of your choice?
No, it's just one for each of them.
Oh, they have their own?
It's a set one that you can't buy in the shops.
Oh, okay.
Do they look cool?
They look really sick.
I guess
that's the incentive, but I still feel like it's a waste of time to do it 5 times.
You have to do it 5 times.
No. And talking about cosmetics too, what do you think about the whole cosmetic aspect?
I think at first, I mentioned this before, but at first, there wasn't that many cosmetics, and how much gold you were getting, it wasn't worth grinding to get that one sale that you wanted. But now, since you get you get a lot more money, it's a lot easier to get stuff like that. So I think that's a plus.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, but the cosmetics, I think they have some pretty cool cosmetics. I'm trying to get the dragon. What is it? The dragon fire. I'm trying to complete that set.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the one that glows in the dark, right?
I'm trying to get that one, and I think that looks really cool, and it feels rewarding. Mm-hmm. It feels rewarding for having your gold, saving up, and buying it. And they've added a bunch. They've added a lot of skins.
I'm currently going for the Nightshine Parrot set, and I added it up, and it would cost me 750,000 gold for the entire set.
For clothing?
No, for everything. The
For
entire
clothing,
set, clothes, and ship cosmetics.
Oh. I mean, I have like 600K right now.
Really?
Yeah.
But that was unthinkable when the game first started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had 50K after like 15 hours of gameplay, and I thought I was rich.
That would be almost. That would take forever.
The main issue that I have with the cosmetics is if you're going for a set, like I got the Kraken set, right? I got the full Kraken set. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want any other set. So I'm just going to be set with this one for the rest of the time and not go for any other sets. I mean, I don't really have an incentive to play after I get the set that I want.
I mean, either way, cosmetics shouldn't be the only incentive you have for playing.
Yeah.
But it's a skin.
I felt it. I felt like I didn't have something to do.
Yeah, once you have the set, let's say you get the Kraken set, you have the whole, you have sales, you have everything you want.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then what do you do exactly? You don't really have an incentive.
Well, we were talking about this the other day. We were saying that what if they added slight improvements that can be made to, let's say, your cannons or, the speed of your ship. Nothing crazy, but slight improvements, maybe based on the cosmetic that you choose.
Yeah, nothing that could break the game for anyone.
Yeah.
But what they should do, actually, is create a handicap for every upgrade you get. Like, you can have a faster ship, but your cannons are weaker.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That would be cool.
So that way it kind of balances out, and you can choose different classes of ship.
That would be sick.
Or maybe you can, like, mix... Okay. Are we saying, like, if you get the full set, or let's say your sails, if you get the Kraken sails, you go faster, but it makes your cannons weaker.
Yeah. Or you buy heavier cannons, and it makes your ship slower.
That would be cool. Yeah. If you can buy, like, different kinds of cannons with maybe the bullet goes, like, further, or it goes shorter distance, but it packs a bigger punch. Mm-hmm. That would be really cool, because then you can work as a team, save up, and then work on trying to get the ship that you want.
And it would optimize for different play styles.
Yeah.
Because imagine players who hate PvP, they just upgrade to the fastest ship possible and just outrun everybody.
Yeah.
But the PvP players will upgrade their guns more. They'll be slower, but they'll be able to have more firepower.
Yeah. Well, speaking of PvP, we talked about combat earlier. What do you guys think about the PvP combat?
You mean just hand-to-hand or the ship combat too?
Let's say ship.
The ship is one of my favorite things in the game. Mm-hmm. And we didn't really get a lot of that until we played Arena last night,
Yes.
which was amazing.
That was the first time we played.
yeah.
And it was so fun.
We sunk 5 ships the first game.
That was crazy.
That felt good.
Even that one ship where the guy was like, "Oh, it's only 2 people on a ship."
Yeah.
We didn't care. We just killed
Yeah, and
them.
then they crashed into the rock and died.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was the best. But with the Arena, I don't know how you're supposed to get the chests on your ship without other people destroying you.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Well, most of the time, what I noticed was that there was one ship that would leave the area, leave where everybody else is, and they would go to an island, and then all the other ships would battle. Because I noticed when we started, we would go to that island. There was another ship that came over,
Yeah.
but we never saw the ship that's first. They
Yeah.
always went somewhere else.
Avoiding everyone else.
It's almost like they avoided everybody, went to their island, got their stuff, and then went straight to the outpost.
But that's not fun, though.
It's not fun, but that's basically how you win. It's just
Yeah,
stupid.
but I wonder if the whole point of that is not to win. It's just to have fun with combat.
Yeah. Well,
That's what I enjoyed.
That was the first time we played Arena, was last night, and it was so fun. But you don't see that in adventure mode.
Yeah.
You don't see that many people.
I mean, we had like a dozen ship battles in Arena, which is probably more than we've had over our entire course of playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Besides sloop versus galleon, which is always going to end in disaster for
Yeah.
the sloop.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't see many ships. You know, and I almost feel like most of the time we have treasure and we kind of opt out of fighting
Yeah.
because we just want to cash in.
Yeah. And that's another issue too. It's because when you have the treasure, you don't want to fight.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you do one or the other. You're either out for blood or you're out for gold.
Well,
Yeah.
What if they did something like when you sink a ship, you can maybe collect parts or something and then sell them. I don't know, like it sinks and then it drops like parts of the ship or something. You can grab them and sell them, and you can make money from sinking ships. That way you have an incentive to go and, you know, even if you do have gold, you can get a lot of gold from, you know, sinking someone else's ship.
It's kind of like in Black Flag. If you ever, I don't know if you ever played
I've
Black
never
Flag.
played. No, I've never.
Basically, what you do is you'd go up to the ship, you'd sink it. Actually, no, you wouldn't sink it. You would destroy
You
it.
cripple it.
Yeah, you'd cripple the ship, pull up to it, eliminate all the enemies on the actual deck, and you defeat like a captain and stuff. And then you'd sink it and then steal the material from the ship, like the wood, the armor.
Could you sell it?
No, you use it to upgrade your own ship.
That would be cool if you can do something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Every time we have gold, which is pretty much all the or chests, which is pretty much all the time because we always just go on a voyage, we don't want to fight anyone because we don't want to lose it.
For a game called Sea of Thieves, there's not a lot of thievery going on.
Yeah.
What I think would be kind of cool, which it might be controversial if they did this, but you can go to like a fortune teller or something, and they can tell you who has a lot of gold, like in
would
your
be
area.
cool.
And so you're not really safe once you have a loaded ship. Like they'll tell you what the value of the cargo on ships are.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can go after people and try to steal it.
That would be cool.
And so it would kind of combine the treasure hunting with the PvP.
Yeah.
And it would make the stakes higher too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, they already have the Reaper chest and stuff that shows on the map where you are,
yeah.
which that gives you a lot of gold.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably one of the most fun things we've done
Yeah.
is hunt for Reaper chest.
Yeah, I'd say the PvP, especially like when you're you know the sea battles, those are awesome. Those are really fun. But you just don't see enough of them. How about PvE? How about Megalodons, Krakens, ship battles with those? I think that when they added the Megalodon, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I love fighting the Megalodon.
Mm-hmm.
It's always hectic too because he always
Yeah.
puts a ton of holes in your ship.
Yeah.
Like when you and I played the other day and Caleb had to go somewhere and we were trying to cash in 2 Reaper bounties and we got attacked by the Megalodon and we got attacked by a volcano and also a ghost ship.
Wasn't it 2 ghost ships?
Yeah, there was one at the beginning. Then we ran into the volcano, which we almost died from.
Yeah.
Then a Megalodon, and then
Yeah.
another ghost ship. And
That
by
was-
by that point, our ship was so damaged and we had no cannonballs.
We just
We beached it.
Yeah, we beached
and
it.
just ran with the money.
Yeah, that was fun though. And ghost ships are another thing. I think that's really cool. A cool thing that they added too. But I think I mentioned this the other day, but it's almost like you don't see. I don't know. You get attacked by ghost ships a lot, but not so much Megalodons or even the Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't got attacked by the Kraken in a while.
No, we haven't.
I like how the Kraken makes noises and you can hear it in the distance. So
Yeah.
it kind of makes its presence known, like it's out there.
Yeah.
And it could come up at any time.
They should add more. They should add more like monsters.
Yeah.
Or okay.
I mentioned it before. A giant crab underwater.
That would be cool.
Like on certain islands, you see it under the water, and then it's maybe guarding a chest near it, and you have to defeat it to get the chest.
That would be cool. How about more like underwater enemies? I think Jay, you mentioned something about underwater skeletons
or even like Davy Jones type guys, like real people that are turned into sea creatures or something.
Oh yeah,
because they have the Kraken set. It kind of looks like something from Davy Jones' ship.
It does, with the ink all over it. And
Yeah,
stuff.
like half human, half animal hybrids that are under the water or something.
yeah.
Or
just skeletons that like literally climb on your ship while you're driving.
I'm tired of skeletons though.
How about-
Skeletons, they
well, I
get
was
boring.
Yeah. How about like NPC pirates, or I don't know, ghosts, or something like that. Something
More
different.
mystical stuff.
Yeah, because they can do that. The game is it has a lot of mystical aspects to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they've added a lot. How about the Christmas, or what was it, the gift update?
The gifts.
Season of Giving.
Yeah, calendar of giving thing.
Yeah.
That was
fun.
cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
And we didn't do anything but get the gifts, pretty much.
Well, no. So we only did it on days with the double to bloom days. There was only
not
2.
only. We did it the day before one, and then
It wasn't
the next day.
it wasn't as profitable though. You literally get double the money if you do it on the double to bloom days.
Yeah. And I got so much gold that time.
Yeah.
That I got most of the Nightshine Parrot stuff just from like one time of playing.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 hours or so.
But that's something they're good at, or at least now they're good at. They're always adding stuff, always adding events, so it always keeps things interesting. So yeah, I mean, they're always adding stuff. That's always been something they're really good at. How about when did they add those shrines under the water where you hear the
where you get the gems from?
yeah
I don't know. It was like a year ago.
that's kind of cool. It's like a nice surprise, when you're at an island and you hear it. It's kind of cool.
I like the audio of the game. Like I like how you hear the thing underwater and you can find it like that. And I said you can hear the Kraken too.
Yeah.
Like I like a lot of the audio stuff,
Yeah.
the audible noises and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, with this game, what they've done with it so far, they have so many things that they can add to it.
Mm-hmm.
So many more monsters, so many more events.
But the sad thing is, you don't know how much longer the game has. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's like a core group of players that keep playing,
Yeah.
but they're not really getting any new people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know how much more they're going to add to the game.
Or how long those people are going to stay.
I mean, there are new people coming because of the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, that's
But-
true, but
It's very few.
that means they're not making as much money from it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did open up their actual Pirate Emporium shop.
What's that?
The paid, like, real money stuff
Oh, yeah.
in-game.
What
Like,
if
you
you're
buy
going more of
pets
the
and-
free-to-play model?
If they do free-to-play, there's going to be a lot of people angry. Like, kind of like Destiny 2. There's just...
Not really, though. Destiny 2 started at $60, and then it had, what, $30 DLC?
Yeah.
Another $30 DLC. It might have been $45, actually. Forsaken, when that came out?
Forsaken was 40.
Yeah. So people had spent well over $100, and then they made it free for everyone.
No. Okay. It's a little different. The first season pass they came out with, then they made that free, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the last two are paid for. So it's not entirely free.
Still, though, but Sea of Thieves, it was never worth $60
Yeah.
to start with. So if they went the free-to-play model, I really couldn't fault them for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it potentially could be a good thing.
True.
If they had more content.
Yeah.
Yeah, might be able to bring more people in.
Mm-hmm. And the whole cosmetic thing, that's more of a pay to get anyway. You know, they do it with Fortnite. You pay for cosmetics.
Yeah.
And tons of other games you pay for skins. Why not just make a lot of the skins paid skins, have paid pets and stuff, and go free to play?
I think if they add more, they put a lot more work into cosmetics, and they just go full out with adding events, adding creatures, adding things like that. Because if it's free to play, they better add a ton of content for the people that paid for the game.
Yeah.
Because if they did that, if they just added, creatures, enemies, things like that, the people that paid for the game, I don't see how they can be mad. You know, maybe. I mean, let's be honest. The game's been out for 2 years. If you paid for the game 2 years ago, you probably got your money out of it. So if it was free to play now, if you were to be mad, one thing that might make the whole free to play turnover, the whole turning it over to free to play. One thing that might make it better is just if they just added a bunch of creatures, a bunch of content, and then you're happy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have a problem with that.
No, I wouldn't either. I'd probably like that actually.
Well, it'd be a little different for me because I actually paid for the game.
Okay, well
true,
then,
but
if they gave a incentive for the people that paid for it, yeah.
Okay, well, me and Jay, we haven't paid for the game, but you have.
Yes.
So what would make it less of an insult to you since you paid for the game if they made it free to play?
Well, if they did go free to play, then I feel like they should give you a free set of whatever you want in the game, like an entire set, like a ship, customization items, different things for your character. If they give you a choice for one, you can choose any, even if they're locked.
Or they create a bunch of new ones that you can't get anywhere else. Maybe 4 or 5.
Oh, kind of like exclusives?
Yeah, and you can only choose one. But if you choose one, you can't get any of the other ones. But the people who get it after it goes free to play can't get those. So basically, not everyone has the same costume. You can all choose a different one, but it's more exclusive.
And it marks the people that paid for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have one of 5 sets, it means you paid for it before.
And if
A
they
new
could,
pet?
that would be sick. If they could do it in a way where, depending on when you purchase the game, if you purchase the game the day that the game came out, then you get all of the stuff.
That'd be hard to do though.
It would.
They can't really track that.
True. Yeah, because you could get it off of sites and stuff. So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
If they brought it to Steam, I wonder if that would boost their sales.
It's Microsoft though. Actually, no, they put Master Chief Collection on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it would.
So they could do that.
I feel like it would, because there's just a bigger community base on Steam.
Yeah, and we keep referring to Destiny 2 because that's a classic example of paid game going to free to play. They did that, and I feel like they had a better community than Sea of Thieves, at least bigger.
Well, they just had a bigger community when the game actually came out because it's Destiny.
Well, yeah, Destiny's pretty huge.
But they still went that route.
True.
Yeah.
Well, they saw that their game is dying, so they had to do something.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen anything about current player counts?
Destiny 2?
No, Sea of Thieves.
I haven't, no.
If they never updated Sea of Thieves again, would you be happy with its current state?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like their main objective right now is to just add more updates. Because they literally said they're adding monthly updates.
Well,
yes, the game is... Wait, what are you saying?
Well, I was going to say, I feel like that's how the game is turned out to be. It's turned out to be a game where you always expect something new.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. But if they just stopped, I don't know. Because...
They would lose their player base like Battlefront 1.
Well, the events... Okay, Chug. The events, they come around for a month and then they leave, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if they were not to do any more events, the Reaper chest event that's going on right now...
Oh, that's in the game for forever.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not an event.
Okay, so then what stays? Megalodon, Kraken, the Voyages, Legend level, which Legend level, in my opinion, was never worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
It was something cool to look forward to when you first got into the game, but then I don't know when people finally got it, it just didn't seem like
it was lackluster.
Yeah,
and it was just more grinding because apparently you just unlocked more voyages where it would fill up your entire map wheel, and then they would just give you more gold from those.
Yeah, then it's more of sailing, digging, cashing in.
You just have to grind a lot more.
Yeah. So I don't know. I definitely wouldn't buy it if they stopped updating it. If the game was $20, I'd buy it. And I'd buy it because I knew that they were always updating it, always adding new things. I don't think that the game is if they stopped updating it, I don't think I would enjoy that. I wouldn't either.
Because I really only went back when there was a new season or monthly update.
I mean, maybe like a year after they did that, we revisit it for kind of old sake.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have anything keeping us around.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, that brings us to our final thoughts. Would you guys revisit the game? Let's say now or a year from now. Is it worth revisiting?
I'd say yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Especially if you haven't played since the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, we played a year, like you said, 2 years after?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot more fun than last time.
Yeah.
Especially with the arena.
Oh yeah.
Well, when the game came out, let's just say nostalgia's like we first played it. It was amazing.
Maybe the first 5 to 10 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was
nothing
new.
can beat that. Like your first impressions of the game.
Right.
But after a while, it just got a little bit old. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But all the new content, because we didn't even know half the stuff that was happening. When Caleb and I played, we didn't even know there were volcanoes in the game. Like we hadn't played since then.
Really?
We had never fought Megalodons before.
Oh.
We had never fought ghost ships. So if you hadn't played it since release, there's a lot more content there. I mean, I still wouldn't pay $60 for it.
Yeah.
But it would be definitely worth playing again, especially if you have friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't see myself playing it by myself.
Yeah.
Just alone.
So yeah, I would say the same thing. I'd say it's worth revisiting. I would say it's worth checking out again. If you can get the Xbox Game Pass, it's $1 right now for 3 months. I would get it, try it. Make sure you have friends to play with. Otherwise, it's I don't think it's worth it playing alone.
Well, for certain people,
maybe
for you, Chug, but that's it. You and Sam. Maybe?
I'm not the only person like that, though.
Maybe, yeah, but maybe, because the game is really focused around friends. Playing with friends, having a crew.
Having a friends, it just makes the experience better.
I mean, you can't tell me you feel satisfied after playing for 3 hours alone. It doesn't make your day better.
Well, it doesn't make my day better, but it just, I don't know. It's
just
fun.
It's just a grind fest, though.
Maybe if you are like a grinder, like if you're into that.
I'm a sub.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say it's worth revisiting. I would say it's worth checking out. Chug, what do you think?
I think it is worth checking out, like revisiting it, just because they're constantly adding new updates.
Mm-hmm.
And if you stop playing for like 5-6 months at a time, then you go back to it.
Yeah.
It feels like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much content added to it. So you feel like you got your money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much to do.
How long did you think we played for the last 2 times we played? Like maybe 5 hours, 6 hours total?
Yeah.
We barely scratched the surface of what they've added.
Yeah.
Like we didn't do any of the new quests or anything like that.
No, we didn't. Well, remember that one quest we did with the last thing, the season of, I forgot what it was called.
Giving.
No, it wasn't. The one after that.
Oh, I don't know.
I got that one quest. It was literally, it filled up our entire bar.
Oh, the Gilded.
That's right.
The Gilded
quest.
the Gilded quest. It filled up our entire bar. Each island had like 6 to 7 captain's chests on it.
Which was cool, but even after doing that, you didn't get a lot of money.
It's a long grind for that, though.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you have it. You might be surprised when you jump back in that there's more updates and more things to find, and I feel like the months to come, there's going to be more and more.
And if you don't play it now, you could play it several months in the future, and there'll be even more stuff to do.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to this podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode. 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 See you in the next episode.